Hello everyone. Today, I want to speak about something that is often left unspoken: suicide attempts. It is an issue that affects millions, yet it remains buried beneath stigma, misunderstanding, and fear. It's time we break this silence and address suicide attempts with compassion, awareness, and action. Today, I want to speak about something that is often left unspoken: suicide attempts. It is an issue that affects millions, yet it remains buried beneath stigma, misunderstanding, and fear. It's time we break this silence and address suicide attempts with compassion, awareness, and action. Suicide is not just a statistic, it's a personal battle, a desperate attempt to escape pain that feels unbearable. It is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of overwhelming distress. If we want to prevent suicide attempts, we must understand why they happen, how we can help, and why hope is never lost, even in the darkest moments. Many people mistakenly believe that those who attempt suicide simply want to die. But the truth is, most of them do not wish for death. They long for the pain to end. When someone reaches a point where suicide feels like the only option, it is often because they feel unheard, unseen, and trapped by their circumstances. Mental health struggles such as depression, anxiety, trauma, addiction, or overwhelming stress can drive people towards suicidal thoughts. Sometimes it's due to external pressures, financial difficulties, relationship problems, loss, or societal expectations that make them feel like they are failing. And in some cases, it is an impulsive decision made in a moment of unbearable pain. But no matter the reason, one thing remains clear: those who attempt suicide need help, not judgment. One of the most powerful tools in preventing suicide is human connection. The simple act of reaching out to someone in distress can be life-saving. Imagine a world where everyone felt safe to express their pain without fear of shame or rejection. Imagine if we all took the time to listen, to truly listen, without offering quick fixes, but instead offering understanding and a reminder that they are not alone. If you notice someone withdrawing from loved ones, losing interest in things they once enjoyed, making concerning statements about hopelessness, or displaying self-destructive behavior, don't ignore it. Ask them how they're feeling, tell them you care, encourage them to seek professional support. You don't need to have all the answers, you just need to be present and show them that their life matters. One of the biggest barriers to suicide prevention is the stigma around mental health. Many people hesitate to seek help because they fear being judged or labeled as weak. But let me be clear, mental illness is just as real as physical illness. No one would tell a person with a broken leg to just walk it off, yet people with depression or anxiety are often told to just think positive or snap out of it. Healing is possible, recovery is possible, and happiness, no matter how distant it may seem, is still within reach. You are stronger than you think, and the world is better with you in it. Hope is a powerful force. It is the light that shines even in the darkest moments, the voice that whispers, "Keep going," when everything else feels lost. Hope does not erase pain, nor does it make struggles disappear overnight, but it provides the strength to endure, to rise, and to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow. We need to normalize discussions about mental health. Seeking therapy, talking to a friend, or taking medication for mental well-being should be as acceptable as seeing a doctor for a physical condition. The more we speak openly about these issues, the more we can create a world where people feel safe asking for help. To anyone who has ever struggled with suicidal thoughts or has survived an attempt, know this: you are not alone. You are not broken. Your pain does not define you. Life can be difficult, but even in the darkest nights, there is still a light that can guide you forward. For those who have faced the depths of despair, hope may seem distant, even impossible, but it is always there, waiting to be embraced. Hope is found in the smallest of things: a kind word from a friend, a moment of laughter, the warmth of the sun on your face. It is in the stories of those who have walked through fire and emerged stronger, in the love of those who refuse to give up on you, and in the knowledge that no storm lasts forever. So even when the road is difficult, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, hold on. Keep pushing forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Because hope is stronger than darkness, And as long as there is hope, there is a reason to keep going. Mental health is just as important as physical health, yet for far too long it has been overlooked, misunderstood, and even stigmatized. The mind is the foundation of our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, and when it is unwell, every aspect of life is affected. Just as we care for our bodies by eating well and exercising, we must also take active steps to nurture and protect our mental well-being. Darkness may feel overwhelming, but it is never absolute. There is always room for light, always space for healing, always the possibility of change. A bad day, a bad week, even a bad year does not define an entire life. No matter how heavy the burden, it can be lifted. No matter how broken one feels, they can heal. Hope is not just about survival. It is about rediscovering the joy of living. It is about finding meaning in the journey, learning from pain and using it to grow. It is about believing that there are still good moments to come, still love to give and receive, still dreams worth chasing. Ignoring mental health can have serious consequences, not only for individuals, but for families, communities, and society as a whole. When left untreated, mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, and bipolar disorder can lead to isolation, substance abuse, self-harm, and even suicide. Mental health struggles do not discriminate. They can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, background, or social status. One of the biggest barriers to mental health care is stigma. Many people fear being judged or labeled as weak if they admit to struggling. This prevents them from seeking help, often leading to unnecessary suffering. But mental health challenges are not a sign of weakness. They are a part of being human. Seeking help is not a failure. It is a courageous step toward healing and self-care.